What's going on, everybody? It is your man, Mr. Daniel Weafi, coming at you with a car video, a car cam, a car cast, vehicle cast, whatever you want to call it. So, hey, as you guys come on board this video, I want you to do a few things for me. I want you to go ahead and like this video. Love it. Show a brother some love. I want you to share it with your friends. I want you to share it with your frenemies and your enemies. I want you to go ahead and comment on this video as well and subscribe to my channel. We have a lot of great tips on flipping houses and making money. So that's what it's all about on my YouTube channel, is flipping houses, making money, and living the best life of your dreams. All right. So look, on today's video, we are going to talk about contracts. All right. That is a sexy term, isn't it? Contracts, contracts, contracts. All right. And with contracts, I get this question all the time. I got a question from my students, and look, tons of people ask the same questions. Okay, what contracts do you use for buyers? What contracts do you use for sellers? When do you initiate the contracts? What time frame do you get the contract signed? Okay, and it's a valid question for those of you guys who are new. All right. And so real quick, if you guys are looking to get started in wholesaling houses, you don't know what the hell you're doing, I want you to go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, houseflippingdojo.com/apply, and apply to work with us. All right, make an investment in yourself, learn how to flip houses. Okay, get a good mentor. All right, but look, when you get a property under contract from the seller, all right, that's the first step, right? The first step is you want to get what's called a property sales agreement signed, okay? We have them. If you send me an email to gift@houseflippingdojo.com, the system will automatically send you a download link with the contracts that we use, okay? But you're going to use a 2 or 4 page agreement that's called the property sales agreement, or it may be called agreement to purchase real estate, okay? And that is basically going to list you as a buyer, okay? You are always the buyer when you are filling out these contracts with the seller, okay? You are the buyer. You just happen to be using your cash buyer's money as financing, okay? But when you are dealing with a seller, you are the purchaser. You are the buyer, okay? So you put your name or your LLC's name down as the buyer, okay? The homeowner or the seller will put down their name and their information as the seller. You're going to put down the property address. If you're able to get the legal description, you can get the legal description from Zillow. You can get it from your county tax assessor's website. If you're having trouble finding the legal description, then just go ahead and leave it blank, because your title company or your real estate attorney will go ahead and fill that information out, okay? You are going to put down the purchase price, all right? The purchase price is whatever price you and the seller have agreed to, all right? You're going to write that down, whether it's $10,000, $20,000, $100,000, $220,000, whatever it is. You're going to write that down, okay? If there are any mortgages that are lying in place on that particular property, you're going to write that down as well, okay? Doesn't need to be an exact amount, but just an approximate amount, okay? If there's no mortgage on the property, you're going to put down $0, all right? And then in most contracts on the sell side, it's going to have the net amount to the seller. On that, you're going to put down whatever the difference is between the sales price that you wrote for the seller, and you're going to subtract whatever mortgage amount is on there, okay? So if you have listed down, let's say $50,000 as the sales price, okay? And let's say the seller owes $10,000, all right? That's $50,000 minus $10,000. Net to the seller is going to be $40,000, okay? And you're going to make sure you put down what date the agreement should close. I tell my students at houseflippingdojo.com, I tell them to put down the close date 45 to 60 days out, okay? 45 to 60 days out, okay? That gives you a good time frame to work with to find your cash buyers, okay? sometimes your seller is going to want to move a lot quicker than that, and so sometimes you may need to put down 30 days, okay? You may need to put down 30 days, okay? But as a key rule of thumb, you guys, make sure you get the date as late as possible, okay? Don't try and fool around and put 2 weeks down for the close date, okay? Because that's not, in most cases, going to give you enough time to find a buyer, unless you already have a buyer locked and loaded and ready to go, okay? And you are going to put down the place that the deal is going to close at. So you should have a title company already. You should have a real estate attorney. So you're going to put down their information, and then you are going to put down whatever the EMD amount is, okay, or the earnest money deposit. I tell my students at House Flipping Dojo to put down no more than $10 to $100 as earnest money deposit, okay? If a seller is motivated, they don't care about the amount of the deposit, okay? So in most cases, 90% of the time, I'm going to say $10, okay? And you're going to put that down, and then you're going to go ahead and date it and sign it, all right? And if you are signing for your LLC, you're just going to put down underneath your signature your whole name, and then managing member of whatever the name of your LLC is, okay? And what you will do is, once you find a buyer, okay, once you find a cash buyer, and remember, you guys, when you're talking to your sellers, don't ever tell them that you're not the buyer, okay? Again, you are the buyer. You just happen to be using somebody else's money, okay? That happens all the time. When people buy properties to live in, most people get mortgages, okay? So they are buying it, but the bank is the one that is financing it, okay? So anyways, you are the buyer, all right, when you're dealing with the seller. Now, on the flip side, when you're getting a cash buyer for your property, right? So let's say you've done your marketing, you've done bandit signs, you've done letters, you networked with somebody, you JV'd with somebody, you did whatever, right? But however it is, you found a buyer. Yay! That's awesome, all right? That means you're going to make some money, all right? So let's say you find a buyer and you've agreed that you're going to sell this property that you have locked up with the seller for $40,000. You're going to sell it to the buyer for $50,000, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take an assignment contract, okay? Assignment contract. ASSIGNMENT, assignment contract. And typically that's going to be a 1 or a 2-page contract. And basically it's going to state that you are assigning the purchase sales contract that you signed with the seller to the buyer for a certain amount of money, okay? So in our case, our assignment contract is basically going to state that you have a property with James Doe locked up for $40,000 at this address. It's going to state that you are selling your interest in that property to the cash buyer for a fee of $10,000. So at the closing date, the buyer will be responsible for bringing $50,000 to the table, okay? And what's going to happen is you are going to be the assignor, okay? Very, very important. You are going to be the assignor. The cash buyer is going to be the assignee, okay? So in all spaces where you're filling out the information, you as a wholesaler need to put your information down and write your name and your address and all that other good stuff. You need to put your information down in the assignor parts. And then the buyer, you're going to put his or her information down in the assignee parts, okay? And then you're going to sign it, and the buyer is going to assign it as well. And then there's also going to be a place for earnest money deposit information, right? It's going to state that the buyer or the assignee is going to give you a non-refundable earnest money deposit, okay? I teach my students at houseflippingdojo.com to always get no less than $1,000 earnest money deposit, okay? You got to make sure that the buyers that you get to assign the contract to, you got to make sure that they're serious about this, all right, baby? You can't be fooling around with anybody who's not willing to put their money where their mouth is at, all right? And somebody puts down $1,000 earnest money deposit, They are serious. All right, let me let you see my eyes. They are serious. Okay, so so get that $1,000 earnest money deposit. All right, don't spend it. All right, don't be a douchebag. Take it to your title company. Right, hold it in escrow. All right, now you're going to need to give the buyer a copy of that purchase sales agreement that you have with the seller, okay? Because sorry, I cut off my head there for a second, but you're going to need to give your buyer a copy of that original agreement that you signed with the seller, because they need to know what terms they need to follow on the contract, okay? On the contractual agreement. So they're going to get a copy of that, okay? And then they're also going to get a copy of that assignment contract, okay? And then you're going to take all the contracts to your title company, to your real estate attorney's office, get the deal closed, get paid your $10,000. You're going to be happy. You're going to be singing praises to Daniel Wiafi because Daniel told you how to fill out the contract, okay? So again, you guys, I hope this helps somebody out. Make sure that you guys take action, okay? Make sure you like this video, love it, share it with your Facebook family and YouTube people and all that other good stuff. Hey, and you guys, if you are just getting started wholesaling houses, flipping houses, getting into the real estate market, okay? Don't go about this all by yourself, okay? Get out here, invest in somebody, you know, invest in yourself, all right? Don't try and be cheap and do it yourself because you're going to lose more money than you're gaining, all right? Invest with us, all right? Go to houseflippingdojo.com, houseflippingdojo.com, watch our webinar and see how we flip houses. If you're ready to go and you've watched all 10 million videos that I put out on here over the past 6-7 years, go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply. Apply to work with some kick-ass students in my academy. houseflippingdojo.com/apply. I will see you guys on the flip side. Make money and care about people, y'all. Peace.